Hey, YouTube, this Sean D. Myers here, back with another video. This time it's entitled, as the title says, Entrepreneurship, What's Stopping You? And that's always the golden question, it gets to a point, entrepreneurship or whatever the case may be, um, you be working, you doing something, and then it's like, it gets to a point where it's just stopped being fulfilling, whether or not you know some people that's wealthy already, or you see a car passing by that you wish you could drive, or you see a house that you wish you could live in, or um, see people living a certain way on TV, and it's like you always ask that question, like, um, what am I doing with my life in a sense? But most people stop at that question and then just say, I'm tripping. Let me get back to reality in a sense, and let me continue working on my career to climb up the corporate ladder, or get a new position, or go back to get another degree, another bachelor's degree, another master's degree, change your whole education path, and the list goes on and on and on. But it's like, in all reality, is no matter what you do employment wise, you'll never gain any kind of realistic financial freedom. Most people fresh out of high school, owe upwards of 100K in student debt. And when you get into the doctors and lawyers and those type of specialized study, you may graduate with residency and all that other stuff, at like 200 plus K, and that. So it's like you get out and they come out making 120K, 150K, and all that stuff, and it sounds cool, but behind the scenes they got they paying like 1,000, 2,000 a month in student loans, or 1,500, all kind of crazy numbers. And that's why they get those salaries, because it helps them in paying that off. And let me say this, those are some awesome career paths. If you passionate about becoming a doctor, you passionate. This video is not meant to throw off your passion any kind of way. It's just realistically speaking, and I'm speaking to the majority for the most part. Most people that go to college or these other things, they halfway through college or the beginning of college, first year over, they switching majors and putting on an extra 2 years or 2 years plus on getting a bachelor's degree, because they was uncertain from the beginning that they wanted to go to school for that, for that subject. And a lot of people go to college and go to these other places and stuff based on, they feel as though that's what they're supposed to be. That's what was going to get them a heads up success wise, and it's true partially speaking. I'll say this. Let me say this. Be the first one to say, college education does not guarantee no kind of success for you at all. I know some people with bachelor's degrees is making 100K plus, and I know some people with bachelor's degree, with master's degrees, PhDs, that's making minimum wage right now. So it's like, just because you had a degree doesn't prove anything. You just at a standpoint, only thing you realistically did was take out a government loan, set yourself up for residual income for the government, and it's usually about 30 years. So however much money you come to school, you're on a 30-year plan. That plan that goes up based on you getting forbearance and deferment and all this other stuff. And that's just residual income from the government. To the government, I'm sorry. So whatever you paying monthly fee, that's going in the government pocket for the next 30 years. They know they eating off you for the next 20, 30 years, unless you hit the lottery or find a way to pay it off early. But it's just, I say all that to say, whatever lifestyle you see on TV, or whatever people personally, that have those things in life that you want, it's nothing in all reality that's stopping you personally from getting those things. one guaranteed way to get those things is through business, through entrepreneurship. If you take that passion, if you figure out your passion, early on in life, that's a superpower, because most people, you know, back to what I was saying. Sorry, I had to cut the video. So if you watching this, you're like, what? Did the video just switch? Most people that you talk to, they haven't truly found their passion in life. Some people find their passion early. Some people, live their whole life searching for their passion. They may be at 50 to 60 years old and they still haven't found it. And not finding your passion, you could spend a lot of time in your life just doing all kind of, unnecessary ventures to, in hopes that, you come across something that inspire you to that will solidify your true passion. What I tell people all the time, one quick way to find one quick way to find your passion is being in dark spots, hitting rock bottom and all these kind of things, and not to do it purposely, but and life in general, we all try so hard to avoid failure, that the things that we're doing to avoid failure, we end up failing anyway, because we truly didn't know what we was doing. Rock bottom, for example, I'm in credit repair and fitness, and a couple of different things that I do personally, marketing, coaching and counseling and different things. I got involved with those things out of desperation, in a sense, because a couple of years ago my credit was shot. I was one of those people that try to cross every T, dot every I, and still messed up credit wise, because I had a hiccup in finances that caused had like a snowball effect and turned to an avalanche. A 30-day late payment turned into a 60, turned to a 90, turned to a 120, then eventually charged off. And that was multiple accounts. And my thing is, I was making money, but most of that money was going to a bill, and I was on a strict schedule. Like, money had to be paid in a certain way. Any missed payment or skip payment will start like a whole big firestorm, and that's what happened. But being 24 years old, 24, 25 years old, that's like the kind of like the golden years. Like that, that's you're supposed to have it together around that age, or be smarter than most. And I was, but made that mistake, and there you go, credit went shot. As soon as your credit gets shot, what happens? Your life is on like a downward spiral, in a sense. Like, I'm in IT, so I was on a government contract, public trust. Your credit get messed up when it's time for reevaluation of your public trust clearance, or whatever level clearance you have. If everything not good when that reevaluation, and then you out the door. So it's like out of desperation. I think I had like 2 years left before my reevaluation. So it's like I just was on this desperate search for answers. Like, I know I personally didn't have 7 years to wait for these accounts to fall off my credit report. And mind you, I was in the 300s. And your credit score can go as low as 300, possibly lower. But I was like, I gotta find a way. Like, I was stressed out, all kind of stuff. Then I started finding answers, and seeing what's if credit repair was real. Took that leap of faith and found out it was real. And next thing you know, things coming off my credit report, and then I'm back at a safe range to apply for accounts again. Some of the same accounts that got charged off, once it's deleted off your credit reports, you can go back and once your score normalized, you can go back and get that same account that you had before. Um, and the problem with credit is, say you had accounts, 5, 6 years old that matured, and then they get charged off, and then you get it disputed and deleted off the credit report. Now you back at no credit history, and that's just as bad as not having any credit in a sense, because you still need a cosigner to get approved for your first trade line or whatnot. And again, trade lines are anything on your credit report anything that posts to your credit report is a trade line. So whether that be a credit card account, student loan, auto loan, personal loan, mortgage, all kind of anything on your credit report is a trade line. So what happens, you don't have that credit history built up, boom, become an authorized user on somebody's account that had an account for that account's been open for years, and you know what? As soon as that post the following month, boom, you now got 8 years of history, or ever many years that person had, and you can do that to many people as you want, but you use things like that to boost your score enough for you to apply for your own trade line, start building your own, because people, sometimes people can be wishy-washy. Get in an argument with somebody, and next thing you know, I'm taking your name off my account and all that. And if you sitting back like, not prepared, not doing anything behind the scenes to get yourself together, in addition what that person did, you can be back at square one when that account fall off your credit report. But that conversation for another video. But back to this entrepreneur thing. Credit is powerful. Credit is business. Just like you have your personal social security number, which everything on your credit reports based on that. When you open an account, you need your social security number to pull your credit score. It's all connected to your social security number. Business wise, you have an LLC, you have a corporation. You register that corporation or LLC with the IRS, and then you get yourself a EIN, employer identification number, and you see that on your job pay stub or 1099 or whatnot, and that just means that the company that's paying you is a corporation or a corporation or something similar. It's a couple different entities business wise, but because of that entity, they have an EIN number that they get from the IRS that they have to report earnings that they paid to you, the salary or whatever they paid you. They use their EIN, IRS, to report their earnings for the year, and you get that 1099, you get that the W-2 in the mail, and then that what that does is that gets them off the hook, and because you got that W-2, that 1099, you responsible for paying your taxes on that income. But back to the EIN, why is that so important? Just like you build up credit history with your personal social security number, with EIN, it's the same thing, except for it's not you personally. That EIN number is the credit that you build up for your LLC, for your corporation, and you can get a business credit card, business loan, business investment account, business, anything that you can get on a personal level that deals with credits, you can get with your EIN, business EIN number. But the business EIN number, because it's a business, and depending on how successful your business is, you can get some crazy amount of money. And that's how people become rich and become wealthy, because that's my dog in the background. People become wealthy because, you don't become wealthy by, saving up money in your bank account for years with, your 401ks or whatnot. You become wealthy by making investments those things that you invest in, those banks, those companies that you invest in, those people that you invest in, you know, once they earn interest on or earn income off of your investments, they pay you back in dividends, they pay you back in bonuses, they pay you back in royalties and all those things to your business EIN, to your business account. And from a business standpoint, you have way more write-offs than you have on for personal credit. You know, you can write off your gas mileage, whatever you have that's associated with your business, the charges you made on a credit card and all that other stuff. All that stuff gets written off, and it has nothing to do with your personal finances for the most part. So, you know, understanding those things is, you know, makes things come to life when you see people millionaires and all this other stuff. Like, you become wealthy from financial education, learning from people that's wealthy, learning from people that's living that lifestyle that you want, learning from those people that's mentoring you, those people that you look up to as mentors. You know, some people look up to me as mentors and as a mentor and all this other stuff. And you know, I have all kind of conversations with different people about, you know, this type of subject, because it's like I know about it. You know, I always went against the grain in life in general. Like, you know, one job was never enough money for me. It's like I always had, you know, my first entrepreneurship pretty much was like Uber and Lyft. You know, I went from making, couple, close to $1,000 a week at work to, you know, doubling that, tripling that at some points with by adding that extra income stream. And then you could take that money that you earn and invest in another business or another partnership or whatever the case may be, and then then the money start getting kind of ridiculous. But you know, it's all about leverage. People gonna be always willing to give you more money if they see that, you know, I can invest some money in you and then I make some money back from you with a little interest on it. And that same principle apply to just about everything. You go get a car, and then your car will come with your car loan. The bank give you the money for the car loan, and then you know, the terms and the conditions of it, you get the payoff schedule, 72 months, 60 months, whatever the case may be, with that 5% interest up to 25% interest based on how good or bad your credit is. But if you pay that thing off, and according to those terms, you're going to easily get another car. And you know, some banks willing, you know, you can be halfway through and they be like, yeah, this is person's good for, and they'll give you another car and take up that negative equity from the previous car you bought. And you're just building up good history with the banks and all of that. You getting those people in your pocket, and that's the thing with life in general. Like, you know, that's the finance talk. You know, life skills. You know, if people take a liking to you, it's something that they seen in you that they didn't see in nobody else, or they feel as though that you had a mindset that they can, you know, mold you in a certain way to show you what it is that you need to do to take your life to the next level. And people will do that. It's the same thing. They plant a seed in you, and then, you know, they earn something from that. They get to see somebody grow from their teaching. That makes a person feel good when they help somebody become successful. Some people want money from it, and some people don't. Some people just, you know, just honestly out here to help people. And it's like, it's not a good or bad thing about charging to help people. It's like, you know, you go to school, you paying a tuition, you know, $40,000-$50,000 a year tuition to go to school for the virtually the same situation. A professor, a counselor, or somebody in school teaches, you know, getting paid for teaching you with what they know, basically, in their own way. So it's like it's the same thing no matter how you look at it. In life, to become successful, you have to invest. You have to invest something. You have to plant some kind of seed to grow something. You have to plant a harvest to reap a harvest. It's all about foundation. The quicker you find that foundation to build something powerful off of, the quicker you'll become successful. And sometimes you got to go through trial and error, and you'll see people that you thought had your best interests at heart, but had another plan, or wasn't who they wanted, was pretending to be, and all this stuff like that. So there's some manipulative people out here, but it's like the key to it is take what those people say and then go and do your own research to see if what they saying is true. Most people don't. Some people do, but most people will take somebody's word for it and make it as fact, which is not. You got history. A lot of people now questioning history about these things because they doing their own research, and they looking to see is this really true, looking at all kind of stuff that they didn't have access to. Like back in the old days, you had to take what it was on a book and something. Now you can fast forward today, you can go and research all kind of stuff on the internet and buy all kinds of books from all kind of people that found out the truths about different things. So the biggest key to one of the biggest keys to your success is doing your own research on things, and also having that inquisitive mindset, always seeking answers, always questioning everything. You want to be rich. How do I become rich? Search it, and then you gonna come up with find all kind of information about wealthy people. All kind of virtual mentors. Tony Robbins and Les Brown, all these people. It's like they all kind of say the same thing, but in their own way. That's why you got to hear things from different perspectives until you get to the point where I understand exactly what everyone's trying to say, and you run with that information, run with that understanding. But I hope y'all learn something from this video, take something from this video, and I got a lot more videos coming. It's just I be on the move. It's like it's never no telling when I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna be at. I like to keep my private life off of social media for the most part, because I'm really on social media for business for the most part. Like I do, some things from my personal perspective, but it's like most reason why I'm on social media is for business. It's like life happens outside of social media, and it's like some people need to see somebody's money, somebody's bank account, and all this foolishness before they take business serious, before they take entrepreneurship seriously. It's like, this is your life. If you want to be rich, like looking at somebody else's bank account, looking at somebody else's bonus, looking at somebody else's financial statements, it's not going to do nothing to you but hurt your self-confidence, in a sense. Like somebody show you a check of them getting $40,000, and your annual salary is $40,000 a year. That's gonna hurt your self-esteem. So it's like, don't worry about what the next man, next woman got. If anything, take those things as examples for things that could happen if you serious about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You only gonna be as successful as your ambition. If you're not an ambitious person, you'll never become successful, get any kind of success in anything, whether it's you on a career path to get a certain job, or whatever the case may be. Like if you be lazy, you gonna get the minimum everything out of life. And there's people that live their life, they just want the minimum. Old and young. That's why I push this thing, Failureisfiction, because that's all it is. Success is a mind state, and failure is a mind state. At any given moment, you can be either one. If you want to be successful, think like a successful person. What is success to you? Most people don't question it. They don't really question what is success. What is it? It's a personal feeling within you that you feel as though I accomplished whatever it is that I set out to accomplish. That's success. That's all it is. It's a state of mind. It's a sense of completion. It's a mental mind state. Failure. What is that? I failed at something. Now I feel like the world is over and all that. And the world is over for you as long as you're thinking that way. As soon as you snap out of that, everything comes to light. So Sean D. Myers here again. If you want to learn about credit repair, if your credit's messed up, or you want to learn about business, or you want to learn about helping yourself, get to the next level in your life financially, or self development, all kind of stuff. I'm that person. So my cell phone is 202-491-5033. Again, that's 202-491-5033. Failure is fiction. Never forget that. And see you on the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Sean D. Myers. Actually, YouTube at Failureisfiction. Also on Facebook, Sean D. Myers. I have a personal page and I have a business page, Failureisfiction. Also Instagram, follow me at Failureisfiction. Twitter at Sean D. Myers. LinkedIn at Failureisfiction. Not Failureisfiction. LinkedIn at Sean D. Myers. Google me. Google Sean D. Myers. Google Failureisfiction. You're gonna see all my information. Also Pinterest at Sean D. Myers, Failureisfiction. I honestly hope that you learned something from this video, and I keep going on and on and on and on and on about the video if I want to, because I've been in so many different situations where, I qualify to be speaking on these things. I don't speak on anything that I haven't touched or haven't experienced for myself personally. I don't speak hypothetically about anything because that's not genuine to me at all. I see a lot of people, talking from a standpoint as if they were there already, or it's just some manipulative people out here that just professional liars. Yeah, I hope you taking this wisdom that I'm sharing and learn something. I hope it spark up something in your soul, something in your mind that say, I want better in life, and you'll get it. And stay blessed.